ABC7 political analyst Laura Washington in house now. Laura, we're going to talk more about the Chicago delegation's border trip.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. So why did Mayor Brandon Johnson decide not to go on this trip that he once said he would?
Because he was getting a lot of heavy pressure from aldermen, from civic leaders and others who were saying, why are you going to the border? We need you here to solve the problem we have right here. And so I think he's not going to acknowledge that, but I think that's why he reversed his decision.
That's a fair question. So what is the strategy now behind the visit? Who is in the delegation and what do they hope to accomplish?
There's some civic leaders, there's some aldermen, there are obviously some members of his administration. Information gathering, relationship building to understand better what's going on at the border. And it looks like they're trying to discourage and send a message to migrants that are already coming through. Don't come to Chicago. We can't handle it. It's too cold. So I think that's a big part of what they're trying to do, to send that message.
Do you think that...
I'm sorry, but what we saw from Liz's report earlier is that these people are fully cognizant of what the situation is here, and they still wish to come. They still feel like they have a better chance at survival and at success here in Chicago.
Absolutely. They're desperate, and they're hearing stories from other friends and family who are saying, get here and they'll take care of you. There's resources here that they don't have back home, and certainly not at the border. So I don't think that they're going to be listening. So we had to be prepared for more.
So do you overall think that this delegation is working, them being down there?
It's hard to tell yet. I mean, we'll have to see what they come back and report. But I think that the bigger problem is not there, it's here. We have thousands and thousands of migrants already in Chicago that are sleeping, some of them on the street in tents. And we don't have a real full-term, long-term plan of how to address that.
And conversations and some site surveys now on where those tent encampments might be located. Last question for you really quickly. What more could Mayor Brandon Johnson be doing right now?
Well, there was talk yesterday at the border about getting more federal aid, and I know he's been calling for that. He needs to find some new pressure points, elected officials, people in the White House, to get the message across that we have to have more support. We don't have the budget to continue to support this, and we can't. He's not prepared to turn them away. He wants to say that we're a sanctuary city, so we need big-time money to support that.
Mayor from Boston said the same thing this week. We're hearing the same thing from New York City as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We're bursting at the seams. Something's got to be done, and the federal government has the ultimate responsibility.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.